Hi guys, I'm Tahsina and welcome to my channel. So a few days ago, I sat for the TOEFL IBT Home Edition and this is my score. I scored a 113 out of 120. This will be a short video on my home edition experience and preparation strategies. So before I registered, I checked with ETS website first that if I fulfill their home edition requirements. This is their link. You can visit the ETS website. ETS administers the TOEFL test and visit their equipment and environment requirements link to check if your PC and your room setup satisfy all the requirements. I can show you my table setup. You can see that my table had a laptop, a whiteboard for note-taking, and my identification card. You can also use transparent plastic sheets for note-taking, but I used both sides of a whiteboard with the sign pens. But in my opinion, my overall home edition experience was not good. Because of internet issues, I was interrupted 5 times during the test, especially in the reading and listening section. The proctor who looks over you during the exam stopped my exam and paused my exam suddenly and then made me check in again and again. The whole process was very disorienting and I lost concentration. I think this made me lose a few points in the reading and listening section. The second problem I faced was some weird voices were coming during my speaking section. I could not hear the questions properly. And even I don't think my responses were even recorded properly over the voices that were coming from the proctor side. I called the proctor, but there was no response. They did not resolve the issue at all. So my suggestion would be don't attempt the home edition unless you have a very stable internet connection and a good high configuration PC. Let's come to my preparation strategies and how I prepared for the test. I took preparation for almost 1 month. First, I visited the ETS website. The TOEFL section has some free practice contents available. Before you practice, first make sure you are familiar with the question types and section timings, etc. You can even do a course on EDX. The ETS has launched a new course about the TOEFL question types and the test format. You can take it to familiarize yourself. There are also some free practice tests available in their website. I like them because you can get an idea about the authentic questions, authentic question patterns, and you can even listen to some high scoring speaking and writing responses from this free practice test. I think it will be good if you familiarize yourself with the test from this other than any third-party material. ETS has also published official guide to the TOEFL IBT test. I used the 6th edition because this contains the latest format. The TOEFL test format changed after 2019, and this is the edition that contains the latest edition of test format questions. I had a printed hard copy, but you can also avail the PDF copy of their guide. For strategies in the 4 sections, reading, listening, speaking, and writing, I took help from some YouTube channels. My top 5 favorite YouTube channels for TOEFL are GregMat, Notefull TOEFL Help, TOEFL with Juva, Kathy TOEFL Teacher, and TST Prep. GregMat is good for reading, and for speaking and writing templates and tips, you can follow Kathy TOEFL Teacher and TST Prep. They helped me a lot. Now that you are familiar with the questions, you know the tips and strategies, you need to practice. And how would you practice? There are 4 practice test questions in the ETS official guide I showed you earlier. For more, you can visit TOEFLmocks.com. They have 54 full sets of past TOEFL questions You can see there are TPO1, TPO2, TPO20 up to TPO 54. But one problem is that they don't provide you with the speaking and writing scores. You can only see your reading and listening scores from here. I used another site to score my speaking and writing sections, and that was testglider.com. I used their section test to sit for speaking and writing sections, and they have an AI rater. But I would say that their AI rater is not much reliable, because they kept scoring me at 24 to 25 range, but in the original test, I scored a 27. But I would still say that you should practice from this website, because ETS scores their speaking in two ways. ETS also has a e-rater and a human rater. So I'd say that test glider practice will be beneficial for you. This was my preparation and home edition experience in short. I am planning to make a longer video with live question solving and detailed tips and strategies for every section. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Thank you.